Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for the Man United Leeds United game this Saturday at Old Trafford. So score prediction, I'm going to go with 4-1 to Manchester United. I think the goal scorers for us will be Bruno Fernandes. I think he'll get 2. I think Martial will get 1. And I think Jaden Sancho will get 1. Leeds' goal, I think, will come from Rafinha. It's our opening game of the Premier League season. Now Leeds, they finished 9th last season. They enjoyed a very good season to their standards. The season before last, Leeds won the Championship. It was their first trophy in 28 years. Leeds did win the old First Division back in 1992. Leeds were out with the top flight for like 16 years because they did get relegated back in 2004. The last time Leeds beat us was back in the FA Cup third round back in January 2010. It was 1-0, it was a goal from Jermaine Beckford. Now, we beaten Leeds at Old Trafford last season 6-2. McTominay made the difference in that game. He scored twice in the first 2 or 3 minutes. We drew 0-0 with Leeds at Elland Road last season. I thought that was a very, very poor game. But in that game at Elland Road last season, Calvin Phillips had Bruno Fernandes in his pocket. We've beaten Leeds 4-0 in pre-season in the summer of 2019 in Australia, and we've beaten them in the Carling Cup back in 2011 3-0. Michael Owen scored twice in that game, and I think Ryan Giggs also scored. Leeds' current manager is Marcelo Bielsa. Even though I am a Man United fan, I've got respect for Marcelo Bielsa. You know, he's a very, very good coach, got a good pedigree behind him. He used to manage in Argentina. And he has transformed Leeds. A long time ago, Marcelo Bielsa worked with Pep Guardiola. Marcelo Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola, so obviously Pep Guardiola is following Marcelo Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. By the way, I think Junior Firpo is going to be fit for the game on Saturday. I think Bielsa has confirmed that. He's had a knock. Leeds brought Junior Firpo in this summer from Barcelona. I think he's a good signing for Leeds, to be fair. Leeds do have Adam Forshaw injured, but he doesn't get in Leeds' team anyway. Shackleton has got an injury. Llorente, he's also been out with injury. Leeds brought Llorente in last year. Patrick Bamford, he's definitely one of Leeds' key players. You know, our defence has got to keep Patrick Bamford out. Rafinha, he's another one of Leeds' key players. He's enjoyed one season with Leeds. You know, this season's his second season with Leeds. You know, Man United have been linked with him before. Leeds have also got Rodrigo. They brought him in last year from Valencia. Now, Rodrigo hasn't done as well as a lot of Leeds fans expected. If he doesn't do well this season, I think Leeds will probably consider offloading him. Calvin Phillips, you know, he's definitely one of Leeds' key players, you know, who'll be in contention to play in this game. They've got Liam Cooper. I think a lot of Leeds fans have strong reservations about Liam Cooper. Too inconsistent, and his crossing is very, very poor. They've also got Jack Harrison. Brought him in from, was it Man City? They've also got Click. You know, he's made an impact since he went to Leeds. Stuart Dallas, you know, he's also very, very good. Stuart Dallas signed a new 3-year contract with Leeds in the summer. They've got Tyler Roberts. He also signed a new 3-year contract this summer. They've got Luke Ayling, who's also good. Leeds brought a goalkeeper in this summer. I think he's called Christopher Clayson, if I pronounce his name correctly. He's a Norwegian goalkeeper. I think Leeds' first choice goalkeeper is Medjugorje, if I pronounce his name correctly. Leeds have also got Robin Koch, who they brought in last year. They got Helder Costa. They brought him in from Wolves, but he hasn't really made an impact at Leeds. There's quite a lot of Leeds fans that don't like him. Leeds did recently lose Alioski. So there you go. Now we are missing some players. Obviously, Dean Henderson's missing the start of the season because he's recovering from COVID. Alex Telles is missing the start of the season because he's got an ankle injury that he sustained in training the other week. Alex Telles wouldn't have been in contention to start against Leeds anyway, even if it had been available. Marcus Rashford, he's got a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. Rashford is out until October. He is a big miss for us. Phil Jones, I think, is still injured, but he wouldn't have been in contention to play anyway. Lingard, he's also got COVID. So they are the players that are missing. I want Jaden Sancho and Rafael Varane to make their debuts. I think there's a very, very good chance Sancho will, but Varane may not make his debut. He'll probably make the bench against Leeds, will Varane. Varane to Man United will be announced today. I expected it to be announced yesterday, but the announcement got delayed. Varane recently completed his medical with Man United. Not so long ago, he quarantined in Manchester. And Jaden Sancho, earlier on this week, he completed his first training session at Carrington. We have done business with Leeds before. A long time ago, we got Eric Cantona off them. We got Rio Ferdinand off them. And also Alan Smith left Leeds to come to Man United. But it is the War of the Roses. It's going to be a very, very good game. We're expected to win, but anything can happen, especially on the opening day. Obviously, we lost our opening game of the Premier League last season to Palace 3-1. Leeds lost 4-3 to Liverpool on the opening day of last season, but Leeds did give Liverpool a good game, to be fair. We should win our first 5 games. We should be beating Leeds on Saturday. We should be winning at Southampton. We should be beating Wolves, Newcastle and West Ham. I presume Solskjaer will be doing his press conference tomorrow ahead of this game against Leeds, unless he does it today. Has Bielsa already done his? Yes, he has, I think. Now, Manchester United's strongest lineup for the new Premier League season. So, in goal, David De Gea. Obviously, De Gea is staying at Man United for this season. At one point it did say that De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for a starting place. And he said he's determined to fight for his future. De Gea did not sulk when he lost his number 1 jersey to Dean Henderson. He did say De Gea was set for talks with Solskjaer over his future after the Euros. I still highly rate David De Gea despite the mistakes he has made in the last couple of years. He's been a long servant at Man United. He's enjoyed 10 years at the club and he's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us. But he has won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. David De Gea receives £375,000 a week at Man United. But when we do sell David De Gea, we will get more than what we paid for him. I reckon we'd get from between £40 to £50 million. At right back, Wan-Bissaka. This season's massive for Wan-Bissaka. I still think these aspects of his game that I've got to improve. I think he's got to show more attacking intent, definitely. And maybe his crossing has to improve a bit more. But defensively, he's always been superb. He's one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. We got Wan-Bissaka in a deal worth $50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. The 2 centre-halves, Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire. What a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. This is a big season for Harry Maguire. He's a decent centre-half. He's had his good games at Man United. He's also had his bad games. Towards the end of last season, he was a big miss for us because he had ligament damage in his ankle. and he did well for England during the Euros, to his credit. We overpaid for Maguire though. We got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. At left-back, Luke Shaw. I'm convinced that Luke Shaw will enjoy a good season. He was very, very good last season, was Luke Shaw. He was our best player last season. In fact, he was the best left-back in the Premier League. Shaw's been our first choice left-back for a while, and he still remains our first choice left-back despite the arrival of Alex Telles last year. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. He's been with us for 7 years now. I think we are going to extend Luke Shaw's contract. He's got just under 2 years left on his current contract. Midfield, Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay. Pogba is staying at Manchester United for this season, because obviously PSG got Lionel Messi in a £1 million a week deal. Paul Pogba is set to leave Man United at the end of the season to join PSG on a free transfer, because Pogba's current contract expires next year. The other week, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United. Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Solskjaer came out and said that Man United still remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Solskjaer did recently reveal that he had positive talks with Pogba over his future. He says Pogba's in no hurry to start his future at Man United, and the Telegraph said the other week, before obviously Messi to PSG was official, it said that Pogba will start the season with Man United. Then he'll make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. Sky Sports said not so long ago that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Man United stars had been working hard to persuade Pogba to stay because they probably know how much of an imperative player he is. Mino Raiola has obviously been working hard to get Pogba out of the football club. You know, he did a lot of talking last season, and he made an announcement back in December last year, Mino Raiola. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he had to leave, and he had no intentions of extending his contract. Ollie was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. Mino Raiola has been criticised heavily. He doesn't have a good relationship with Man United. For a while last season, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while, but he produced good performances for Man United when he came back from that thigh injury in the last couple of months of last season. We paid 89 million for Pogba, so he's our most expensive signing at the moment, and he's enjoyed 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. But like I said to you, he has had a long running transfer saga. McTominay, like I said, he's a decent player. McTominay's been part of the club for a long time. Still young, got a lot of development in him. Can he emulate that level where I want him to be at? Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Ahead of Pogba and McTominay, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes will enjoy another good season. Bruno Fernandes is one of our best players, and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. Wait there a second. Bruno Fernandes has been at Manchester United now over a year and a half. In most of his games at Man United he's been very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. Predominantly plays as a number 10. Now, on the right hand side, Jaden Sancho. I think Sancho will do well at Manchester United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. Like I mentioned earlier on, he recently completed his first training session at Carrington. Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. We got Sancho in a deal worth £78 million. We paid £73 million up front, and obviously there was £5 million in add-ons. And Sancho signed a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. So yeah, him on the right. On the left hand side, Mason Greenwood. He's obviously not effective on the left as he is on the right. Mason Greenwood has been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, so he's been part of the club for a long time. And last season, he signed a 4-year contract with Man United. And up top, Edinson Cavani. I think Edinson Cavani will enjoy a good season with Man United. You know, he was good last season. He's made an impact since he's come in. I'm delighted he's staying for this season, but you know, after this season, Cavani's going to leave Man United. So yeah, that's Man United's strongest 11 for the new Premier League season. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants Man United to make one more signing. That is according to Sky Sports, and Sky Sports is very reliable. Who is our final signing going to be though? Now, on my last video, I give you the news on Eduardo Camavinga. Fabrizio Romano's give us an update. He says Eduardo Camavinga has 2 options this summer, including Manchester United. His contract showdown continues with Rennes. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. Now, Man United believe that Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain after holding discussions with his representatives. Rennes' sporting director and Rennes' coach have confirmed that Camavinga will leave Rennes this summer. Mohamed Bouatsfi did recently say that Eduardo Camavinga's agent, Jonathan Barnett, is pushing him towards Man United, but he said he still prefers PSG. But the other week, Romano came out and said that Man United had direct contact with Camavinga. He said Man United love him and were interested in him. Rennes are prepared to sell him for around 25.7 million. It recently said we've abandoned our pursuits of Trippier, Camavinga, Saul Niguez and Ruben Neves. Solskjaer's priority now is to get a midfielder in. Really is. Solskjaer has been very pleased with our transfer business this summer. And Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window because, like I said, Solskjaer's getting the backing he deserves. Our owners, the Glazers, have surprisingly backed him. Woodward has said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer. And when was enjoying them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. John Murtough, he's played a part in Solskjaer getting the signings he wants in. He's our director of football, and like I said, Man United made the right decision by getting a director of football in. Man United have made 3 signings in this summer transfer window so far. You know, we spent almost £120 million, brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jaden Sancho in from Dortmund, and we brought Raphael Varane in. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that any more signings would be a bonus for Man United as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. Man United now must sell some players, though it's said, to get more signings on the board. Solskjaer recently spoke about Man United's title hopes. He knows the pressure is on. He made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but he said the title race is open. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. Obviously, there is United fans that are very sceptical we're going to win a title or anything under Ole. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. You know, can Man United win the Premier League this season? Not too sure. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane turn Man United into title contenders. But like I said, this season's massive for Solskjaer. He's definitely aware of that because he's got big expectations to exceed. You know, this season is his 3rd full season as Man United manager. So anyway guys, 7th update of today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.